Hey everyone, welcome to Thoughts and Treasures. My name's Connie and this is my craft room, so welcome in. Tonight we're going to be working on this insert. This is just our summertime insert, and it goes into, which you do not have to have the frame for, but if you do, it goes to this little frame here. These just pop out and you can replace them. So this was the spring set that we did. All of these are available for kits if you're interested. And tonight we're going to paint up this little guy. So this is our springtime one. They're little birdies, but they just pop right in. There is a little hole that you can, but usually you could just pull them right out. That's not a problem. So it goes like that, and we're going to make this one to put in here. So let's get started. First off, I do a combination of 1/8 inch and 1/4 inch. This backer piece is a 1/4 inch. However, the front pieces are 1/8 inch. If you are new to me, welcome in, first off. Second off, if you're not following, either here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, please follow Thoughts to Treasures. I am on other platforms, and I'm not sure where you'll be seeing this at, so please follow, subscribe, and whatever all the other ones are. But if you are new to my kits and you've never had one of my kits before, some of the pieces, and these are the front pieces, are done in 1/8 inch, and we're just going to put them to the side on this so we don't get them all mixed up. Oops. And I put them on tape so that it's easier to hold and not lose any of them. This is just a spacer. It does not need to be painted nor anything else. It's just going to be right here where the little X is so that the flower doesn't have a dippy part. So then we have all our little pieces. We're just going to put them to the side. These are our little ice cubes, and then our little, I don't know, we're gonna make them like pink lemonade in there, and just to give them some color, because you're not gonna see lemons inside of lemons. So, but then you have that all there. We're gonna put that to the side for right now. Once we get to this part, I'm taking all these pieces off. This is the 1/4 inch part, and you're gonna see that there's a masking on it. Sometimes it goes around to the back because that's how it wraps around. So you're just going to pull all of this off, and you're going to see where all these score marks are is the placement. You're just going to pull them off, and all of my kits will come this way. It just protects the wood from the laser, and at the current time, the laser I have needs it. I don't know about all the lasers. Haven't done that much research into them, but we don't know what the future holds, so we'll see what happens. Let's see if I can pull this off. This is the fun part. Yay! You need some enjoyment. And then just get all these little pieces off. Now, if you forget to take off the pieces, it's okay. You just paint it, and then you'll realize it soon enough, because that piece already came up. Because the paint will lift it up once it gets wet. So wherever there's a score mark, pretty much cuts it, and therefore you have to pull off all the individual pieces. It shouldn't take long to do, depending on the intricate part, but I do most of the smaller pieces that way in the 1/8 inch. And sometimes when you do 1/4 inch, and you're piling them up, it starts to get a little bulky and weird. So that's why I just use the 1/8 inch for the, that's off. All right. So now, first, before I start anything, I'll put these pieces here. Let's put these pieces here. I like to do the back black to complete it. So we're going to start that way first. You can do it at the end. You don't have to do it at all. It is totally your choice. Do I have any plates here? Nope. Do I have any plates here? Nope. Oh, please. Wait a minute. I don't have any. So I guess we're going to have to make do with this. Okay. That will work. I don't have any plates here. Oh well, we'll just pile it up on here. This has got a I do find this is folk art black. Licorice. They call it licorice. It is, folk art is a lot thicker. And I forgot to bring the paintbrushes over. Oh well. You clean them and then you forget them where they are. It's alright. We will make do. So I always like to do the back completed. Again, this is your preference. If you don't like it, you can do it a different color. You can do it white. I just prefer black just to hide all these imperfections. And it makes it complete and looks better. But again, totally your choice. With any of these kits, you know, color is totally your option. There is no right or wrong to any of it. Yes, you do get a picture of the completed project as a suggestion, and it's mainly for placement in case you need a little something to look at, but it's also for inspiration. So if you're not sure how you want to paint it or you like how it's painted, you can copy. Well, not copy. Use it as inspiration. Let's not use the word copy too freely here, you know. Some people don't like it. I am going to be doing similar to the picture I will be sending you. And these videos are always available, 1 on my website, 2 on Facebook, and 3 on YouTube. So if you need to go back and say, oh, how did she do that? Or wait a minute, I lost the paper, I need to know where this goes. This one's pretty simple because it's pretty much lined out. But some of the kits that I have, you know, you might need a little reference to. Not all the kits do I have videos for, but the ones that I do, you can find. So if you're not familiar with my website, it's www.thoughtstotreasures.com. Everything is Thoughts to Treasures. If you Google it, comes up, that's what you got. Get this nice and dry, and I'm going to flip it over. Now, I'm going to do the front. We're going to use this pink polish, or is it Polish? I don't know. Oh, don't do that, Connie. You know, never shake these. See, you go from one that's extremely thick to apple barrel that's extremely thin. Well, live and learn. So now, if in any of these kits you see these score marks, these are just for placement. Sometimes you're going to see them like on the little lemon slices here that we do, that you're going to need them to be seen. So they're more for decoration. This is just for placement. I'm not worried about this. So we're just going to paint right on over it. And I'm going to do my backer piece in the pink. I think pink and the yellow are going to look amazing together. You could paint this white first and then put the pink on, but you know, we might do 2 coats of the pink and be done. So sometimes when you use a color like pink, yellow, things like that, it's always nice to have that white underneath because it pops easier and makes it stand out brighter. But you can use the pink too as your base coat and then keep piling paint up onto it. Just depends on how many times you want to paint something till you get it how you like it. But painting white underneath of it as a primer color, you know, it just gives it that base coat because the wood is going to soak in 90% of this, especially for your first coat. Keep that in mind. You do not have to do the white, but it just sometimes makes it easier. Sometimes everybody likes, some people like to give it just everything just a white coat and then start from there. I'm going to give this a try. And then we're going to put a second coat on here. Put some more paint over here. Do a second coat on this. And like these are interchangeables, and I do have a couple available. I'm trying to think if there's a watermelon one too that we will do. There's a watermelon one, there's the lemonade one, and then I have a couple for the fall, well, a couple for Christmas, wintertime, fall. So, you know, they're just something to change out. Instead of somebody always changing their decor, you can just pop it out and pop a new one in. Very simple, very easy. These store flat, so they make storage for them way easier than storing a whole bunch of signs. They make great gifts. The frame is sold separate. The frame is a one-time purchase, or, you know, multiple purchase, however you want. But you don't have to buy the frame every time you buy a new insert. Please keep that in mind. Let's get this dry and see if I'm happy with that color. Take the paint off the bottom here. Get this nice and dry because I want to make sure that I like the color. Again, I'm not worried so much about seeing the score marks for the placement. I'm just more or less worried about if I like the color around it. And I think I might need one more coat on it. Let's do one more coat. I wish it would stay this color. Sometimes when the paint is wet, I don't really like that color. That's the color I want. This nice pretty pink. But I think the pink and the yellow are going to look amazing together, so at least that's what I'm hoping. In my head it looks good. A little more pink. So if you are new to me, welcome in. I hope you will either follow, subscribe, or do all that good stuff. I do go live on my page on Facebook at 8:30 Monday through Thursday. And then we have a live sale that I do every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Eastern Time. I am located in Maryland, so I am on the East Coast. I think that should be good. Do I need any more pink? No. Not that color pink, at least. Alright, let's get this one semi-dry so I can move it to the side and start with the other pieces. Sinuses are draining. I don't need to get it completely dry because I'm going to put it to the side for now. And then if it's still wet when we're ready for it, then I will dry it some more. Alright, so first up, I am going to take this piece. We are going to do it yellow. I'm running out of little brushes here. Hold on, let me find a brush. Oh, I found the plates. Oh well, not gonna be able to get them. They're way under the desk over there. That's all right. We'll make do. So this is daffodil yellow. I'm hoping this is going to be a nice yellow that I want. We're going to try to make it work. And again, if you want to use a white base coat, I'm not going to worry about it this time. But I am going to be careful to go around this because I do not want to get any of the paint down inside of these little, well, it really doesn't matter because they're going to get hit up. Hit up. What? They will get hidden. But I'm still going to try to make it nice and neat. I like to keep the sides, the laser cut, that dark black color. Well, I think this is going to be perfect color actually. After we put a couple coats on, because the first coat is going to soak into the wood. I really like that color. It's like a yellowy orange, very lemony color. Alright, we're going to give this another coat. This one is going to be yellow, so we're good. Let's give it one more little coat. I almost dipped the brush in the pink. That would not have been good. I'm sure it wouldn't have been the first time. Now I'm just used to using foam brushes. Some people don't like them at all. I don't know. I really like the way they paint. When I use a paintbrush, it always leaves brush marks, and I don't know, it's just me. Some people just don't like foam brushes because, you know, they're foam. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything, but a little spot there, but you know what, it's going to have to be. I guess part of the wood. And remember, they're crafts, so they're going to have their little imperfections before I dump that brush out. Get this dried up and clear as I like the color. Make sure we don't have to go any darker. I think that really looks good. Again, we'll let that dry on its own a little bit. Now I am going to come in with, grab another piece of tape real quick because I'm going to put the pieces of white on it. Oh, I itch. Alright, so this is going to be white. This is going to be white. This is going to be white. And then these three are the ice cubes. We're going to do them white. We're going to put a little blue, I think, around them, but or a little blue in them. But for the most part, I'm going to do them white. Let's see. Now I lost my cart. Ah, no! Don't you fall apart now! Not of all times. This little cart needs to go in the trash can, basically. All right. brush. And again, the white is also another color you're going to probably do a couple coats of. So, and again, I don't want this rusticy looking. I want it nice and bright, crisp and clean. So we're going to just do a little bit at a time. Sorry for concentration. I also have an Amazon storefront if you guys are interested. Amazon, like I said, is a great way to show your creators or someone you watch, whoever, whatever you want to call them. How do I want to say it? So normally you can give stars or other things on the other platforms, whatever they call them, but you have to pay extra for those. So if you go to someone's storefront, if they have an Amazon storefront, you can use their link, and then whatever you buy does not have to be something in their store. It's a cookie thing. So whatever you, I think it's for 24 hours. I'm not sure. The link is good. The link is always good, but you have to go back to it. Let me see if I can explain this while I'm painting. Concentrating and painting. So what you would do is you would take my storefront, my link to my storefront, but you click on it, it'll take you to the store, but then you can just go to wherever you're buying on Amazon and check out like you normally would. Under your page, you'd have to sign in, all the good stuff. Then that sale of whatever you just bought will give me, if you're on my link, a commission. Now, is it $1,000? Absolutely not. But every little penny counts. So I always say, if there's something that you're going to buy anyway, you're not spending another dime. So use someone's storefront link to have it. I have mine listed on my website, and it's also on my Facebook page under my link tree. So again, my Facebook page is thoughtstotreasures.com, and then my Facebook page is just Thoughts to Treasures, and you would just go to the link tree and click on the Amazon store. Simple. I know not everybody remembers, but it's always a good thing. Amazon pays it, you don't, so it's just like sending stars, gifts, whatever you want to call it. Just a tidbit of information. I like to share that because, you know, I know a lot of us shop on Amazon, so why not make Amazon pay? I try to keep some craft supplies in my store, anything that I use. My silicone mat is in there. Trying to think what else just different. I have the Cricut in there that I do use. Well, not the one I use, but a newer version, because at Christmas time there was a few people that were getting it. So I have some printers in there. Big items, small items, googly eyes, I mean, you name it, it's in there. And I have to add some more stuff into it. But I have, just like I said, I have just crafting items in there, but you do not have to buy what's in my store. You just have to use my link and then veer off into your own world once you get there. Sounds a little weird, I know. Because I thought that you originally, when I first signed up, I thought you had to purchase what was in the store itself, but that is not the case. It's set up to where, you know, the link has a memory. It's got cookies. It's got the cookies. Alright, let's get this. White is the most troubling. Troubling. So, because ice cubes aren't really white, I'm going to put like a little bit of blue around the edges, I think. Just to give it a little bit of shading, color, I don't know, character. But like more like a dry brush. We'll see. I am by no means a painter. I'm a crafter. So please don't think that, oh my gosh, I can't do this because I can't paint. Yes, it's basic painting. You don't have to go above and beyond, but you know, if you do, then you do. I'm going to, let's see, do I need anything else? Actually, I'm going to keep that out because I'm going to use, we're going to use bright magenta. I'm not even going to mess with this right now. I'm going to let's put this to the side. Ah, don't you fall. Let that dry on its own, but I'm going to use bright magenta. I'm not sure, but we do these lemon slices. They're not going to be seen in there, so it's more like a, I don't know, maybe a watermelon. Maybe like a watermelon-y kind of. So now on these little guys, let's keep in mind, I do want to see these score marks. If you can see, let me see, show you. The score marks on here, I want to keep them. So if you paint over them, you're going to get all the paint in there. So what I'm going to use is this little sponge, little makeup sponge. So I'm just going to put a little bit on, and I'm going to offload as much as I can, and then just go in slightly and dab. And then have that. Let me make room over here. Kind of like stenciling, exactly like stenciling. You load the sponge up or the brush, and then you offload as much as possible, but leaving some on there and then dabbing it on. Little is better. Didn't she fall either? And then lightly tap. This is easy when it's a small area. Trust me, when it's a big area, your arm hurts. So then you're left with the marks that you can see without it going in, deep in, and messing it all up. Alright, so I'm going to put that over there. Oh no, actually I'm going to use it again. Because I'm going to do the word summer to match it. So now when you do this word, please be careful. When putting it on the tape, don't yank it around all haphazardly because it will break easy. Now it's a good thing with wood and it's flat, you can just glue it back together or glue it in place, but I'm going to pounce this too. Because what I'm going to do with this is while it's still wet, I am going to little bit of shading at the top, some white. Or a little bit of pink. Maybe I'll put a little bit of the pink at the top. And blend it in. I'm just going to grab a tiny bit of pink and offload as much as I can. I'm going to come back in, so I got some pink on there. I'm just going to dab, dab, dab at the top. I even dab some white. Let's grab a little tiny bit of white. More of this, and then I'm just going to blend. To kind of give it a nice little effect. And again, I'm not a painter, but it's just tinkering with it a little bit. Nothing has to be perfect. Now I'm gonna do my little flowers blue. So let me get the blue. I'm going to use this pretty, no, I want the blue cotton. Where's the blue cotton? Blue cotton. So I'm going to do, actually I'm going to, before I put that away, I'm going to do my little centers, this magenta-y color. Mixed with a little bit, oops, that's backwards. Now let's put, I don't have any more room on my plate. I'm done with this white one, so let's get rid of that. You know what, I might use, I'm not sure if I, well, yeah, let's stick with it. I think that's a good color. Not sure if I like the light blue, but you know, you gotta go with the flow. Oops, I just painted that. See if there's a little bit darker of a blue. I'm going to combine this. I got a whole palette of colors over here. Yeah, maybe that's better. I like that much better. Yeah, I think I like that blue a lot better. A little bit darker. The baby blue is just a little too blue. A little too light blue. So I did oopsie over here, so I'm just going to go touch this up again. And thank goodness it covers up. We're good. Not a problem. Just thinking that that color kind of didn't match that blue too well, so I do like that. Alright, now while I have this out, actually I'm going to use a different brush because I'm going to I could probably use the same brush. Darn it! Oh well, too late now. I'm gonna come back in here and just kind of put a little blue in the ice cubes. Before I paint that, let me take that off. If we got too much, you can kind of go back in with your white a little bit and blend it in. And just give it that little bit of blue look. I think that looks good. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with this piece. I think that's good. So that's pretty much all we gotta do. Wait a minute, really? Seriously? That's all the pieces. Wow, when did that happen? Alright, that was it for the pieces. So let me put this over here for a second so I don't put my arm in it. I'm just gonna give everything a good dry. Make sure everything is completely dry. Go with my little sander, not scraping anything off. I'm just going to lightly make it smooth. Very lightly. I did get a bunch on the side here. Let's see if I can get it off. If not, I'm not going to try to break it. Really got a lot on the side. Just wipe that right off. And again, I'm going to do this to all the pieces, just very lightly. Again, not taking anything off, so I'm not distressing anything. I'm just very lightly making it smooth. So take a little bit off there, so let's put that back on. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this. And I really like that pink color. Now, if you wanted to stress it, you know, that's your choice. I, however, am not doing that to this one. So I'm just going to make sure I like how it looks before I glue it together. This is going to go down here. And again, be careful when you take this off. Pull the tape away. Don't pull the word. Might want to put a little bit more white in that. We'll see. Put that there. And then that there. And then let's see what our ice cubes look like in here. That's it. Not sure that one doesn't fit well. Sydney, what are you doing? Let's make sure this one just doesn't seem like it wants to fit all of them. They look like they're the same size and everything, but that one just doesn't want to. All right, we're fine. Everything be fine. And then we'll put our flowers. I think that looks good. All right, let's go for it. Let's do it. Just kind of questioning the summer part. I guess it looks okay. If I want to put a little bit more white, I think I'm going to put a little bit more white in it. I'm just not happy with it being up close to that purple. That pink. It just seems like it needs a little bit more white. So I'm going to grab, let's just take this. Just put paint on the floor. I want it to be a little bit brighter. This and blend it in. Let's see if that makes a difference. Oh, I think I like that much better. All right, that looks better. Now it sticks out a little bit better. All right. Let me let that dry. Let's get our pieces on. I'm actually going to use a little dabber piece because this stuff is leaking. So I'm just using a little makeup brush, eye makeup brush, and I'm just going to dab some on here. And this is a tiny little piece anyway, so it'll get tons of glue on it and then it'd be messy. Now remember, if this stuff squeezes out, it does dry clear. So you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, gotta get every little bit. No, don't worry about that. And you don't want tons of it sitting there, but you don't have to worry about a little bit coming out. Now the only thing with the score marks, you want to make sure you get this in place. Otherwise you are going to see the score marks. Alright, and then let's get this piece on. And I'm going to dry that summer just to make sure it's completely dry. So these kits can be really, really fun to do. Not only decorative, but very fun. If you are interested in this kit, you can definitely message me. Reach me on Facebook, reach me, well, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm not sure, you can message me on Facebook. You can go to my website, there is a contact there. Or you can comment and I will definitely see your comments. Well, hopefully. Sometimes they kind of don't tell you until days later, but like I said, I'm always live on Facebook Monday through Thursday. at 8:30 p.m. Now you do want to make sure this bottom edge is even because it's going to fit into that frame. So that is important. If it's sticking out at the bottom, then you know it's not going to fit in that frame properly. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same thing with this little guy. I use the super glue wood glue from the Dollar Tree. I, however, usually cut a small hole and it's easier to put out. However, I didn't this time. I don't know what happened, but the scissors got away from me. Let's just go with that. The scissors got away. So it really gushes out. Before I squeeze that down, see if I can put a little bit on. You know, just remember a little bit of glue goes a long way. You don't need so much. And that's with any kind of glue you use. This isn't really heavy, so you know you don't have to be so concerning about it. I just want to make sure I got all of the score marks closed in before I go ahead and squeeze this down. See? Put a little bit in there. Let's just pray they all fit. Let's get our little lemony pieces, or watermelon-y pieces, I don't know, our little red pieces. And then what did I do with the little dot? We need this little piece because this is going to be where our flower is going to go. Now, before I put this on, I'm not sure if I want to or not. I'm still thinking I might want to put some polka dots around it at the top part. So we may venture. Sometimes polka dots scare me, not gonna lie to you. But sometimes we gotta step out of our comfort zone a little bit. Let's see if I have. I won't on this one. I was going to see about using the glitter stickles, but maybe we'll do on the flowers. All right, let me do the polka dots first. Let's just do them. Why not? Let me get my little polka dot maker. Okay, well if you don't find the polka dot maker, we're not doing them. There it is. So, this is how I do the polka dots. Not the only way to do polka dots, but this is the way I do. So I'm going to make sure I get a nice fresh bat of paint. Well, that closed up quickly. Yeah, I got too much out. Let me close all these before. Now I have way too much out, but that's okay. It'll work. Here's my vat of paint. Alright, we are going to put polka dots on here. Polka dots are random, I think. So we're just going to put them on. And I'm just using this little, I think it's an embosser tool. So you do one polka dot and always go back and dip again. Alright, let's see what we do. And some of these may get hidden by the flower, that's fine. Sometimes I feel like, yes, they're random, but they're not. Go slowly, think about it. Sometimes you can use the picture for reference. If you're not really good where to place them. If you get out of control, then you can always paint over them. Messed that one up a tiny bit, but that's okay. No polka dot has to go. And our little polka dots. Maybe there needs to be one more right there. It seems empty. Now it's a half a polka dot. Hold on. Oh, see, I did it again. Let's see if we can fix this one. Hold on. Sometimes you can wipe the paint off. Wonder if I can wipe this one off. Now I'm gonna be a little daring. Maybe I should fix that first. Let's fix it. And try it real quick. And then put our polka dot on. You'll never know it happened. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, and we'll put our flowers on, and we'll put it in our frame. Let me put this back over here so I don't, stuck my finger in the glue. The hazards of crafting. All right, let me get this cleaned up. This is leaking. Everything's a mess. It's all leaking. That's the nice thing about the silicone mat. You can just put things on there and just wipe it right on off. All right. And now let's just finish these flowers and we are done. Dot on here. And then put our other flower. And then I'll dry it and I'll shoot. Other flower right here. Let's put our little button centers on. And then we'll dry it real quick and then we can see what it looks like in our frame. All right, put the lid on here real quick before it leaks again. You ready for this? So this is our interchangeable frame. If you're just tuning in, this is our interchangeable frame. You simply take that out and trying to make sure I don't touch any things just in case they're wet, and slide that in. And there you go, guys. Well, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. Like I said, if you guys are new to me, welcome in. Please come follow, and I will stay tuned for my next video. Remember, thoughts become things, things become treasures. Love you all. Bye.